Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Carl Fitzpatrick.
Southeast Radio.
Well, ARC Engineering has developed a new balcony product which they hope will take the Irish market by storm. And Kieran McGrath from ARC Engineering joins me now to discuss their latest innovation. Kieran, before we discuss the new Swift Fit balcony, I'd like to get an insight into your own career.
Okay, Carl, look, I went to college in WIT and I studied civil engineering. And when I qualified from that, then I kind of went into draftsman position with a steelwork company and then moved down to Cork then after a number of years and worked for SIAC Roofing and Cladding. And then the downturn came in 2009 or 10. Like a lot of people, I had to try and find my feet again, and I luckily landed a position with ARC Engineering in 2009 and I've been there ever since.
So talk to us about ARC Engineering's service offering and the type of projects which you typically work on.
So look, ARC Engineering are predominantly an architectural metalworks company, and that's what we have been since they started, which would be cover stairs, balustrades, grab rails, be it glass or stainless steel or mild steel powder coated. And then in the last few years, we've started to branch out into balconies, and now we've started to try and specialise in those, which would be manufactured off-site. We're finding there's great benefits to be had in off-site manufacture, considering the labour resource issues that we are having at the minute. That's in a more controlled environment in our facility down in Wexford.
So provide us with an insight into that particular division within the business, that off-site manufacturing, and the real benefits that it delivers for the company.
Yes, look, off-site manufacture, it delivers many benefits. You're allowed to make the product, the balcony, say, in this instance, off-site, so you're doing it in a controlled environment in our facility, so you have no issues with the weather. You know, you can have a better control on your materials coming in and out, because site can just be such a volatile area, you know, in terms of getting materials in and out, and you have downtime and delays between scaffolding and lifts with the crane. So when you do stuff in the factory, you just have more control over it in terms of quality as well. You know what I mean? It's a clean environment, and it just goes in on an assembly line at the start of the workshop and works its all the way up through the other side where it comes out as a finished product. So there's definitely benefits to be had in that.
And in terms of securing work with some very notable clients, I have to say, particularly in Dublin, have these contracts been secured through tendering, or have they been awarded based on the reputation and the relationships that you've developed within the industry?
Most of our jobs would be built on relationships that we've developed over the years. You know, we do tend to keep winning work with previous customers and clients, but we also generate new ones as well. So it's a combination of both.
And Kieran, what impact did the pandemic have on your own business?
Yeah, look, like most companies, we had to close temporarily for a while, definitely in the first lockdown. You know, everyone had to shut down. We had no essential jobs back then. The second time we had a few essential jobs. We were able to keep a small number of people going, but there wasn't many. So it did have a big impact, you know, because you're getting people to stay at home, and your projects can't progress because you don't have labour to do it. And then also some projects were allowed to stay going, and we actually lost some of our labour to some of those projects when we temporarily left them off. You know, they obviously had bills to pay, so, you know, they decided to move. It just made it harder for us then when we were allowed to reopen, and we had to try and source new labour.
There is lots of talk about the staff shortage crisis that's happening within the construction sector itself. How much of that do you put down to lockdowns?
Yeah, it's hard to know. I'd say just the volume of work that's out there at the minute is the reason for the shortage. And maybe some people have went home in the meantime, but I think everyone is just trying to catch up on the amount of work that has fallen behind. And I just don't think there's enough labour there to keep up with it. So hopefully that'll level off, because it can't keep going the way it's going, because, yeah, labour is definitely a scarcity at the minute. And we all want this industry to stay going, to keep us all in jobs and everything else. So we don't want it to go crazy, but we wouldn't mind if it did calm down a little bit and it was done in a bit more controlled fashion. It'd be better for everyone, I think.
The government announced plans for their Housing for All strategy in recent weeks. Will ARC Engineering get benefit from that?
Look, hopefully we will. I suppose housing is a big thing on the agenda at the minute. So with our balcony system, I suppose apartments would be in the one of those items to help with that issue. So we would see that could benefit us, and that our system could be used on those projects to deliver homes to the many people that are waiting on.
And I do want to speak to you about that PERCH Swift Fit balcony. What provided ARC Engineering with the inspiration for this new product?
I suppose we've just seen an opening there. Like when we were doing some balcony jobs, you end up going in talking to the design team or the builder, and you're talking about the same issues every time. So we just thought to ourselves, is there any way we can simplify this? So we just sat down and we came up with this new concept, which we offer full solution from design through to manufacture to install. So if we're brought on board early, we can go through all the details with the design team and the client and make sure that nothing slips through the net, and that the details are agreed in the beginning, and they can be flowed through the rest of the contractors on site, that there's no clashes or anything like that.
So Kieran, what exactly is the Swift Fit balcony and how does it work?
So the Swift Fit balcony system, ours works with a cast and anchor that's cast into the concrete slab as the building is being built, and we provide templates to the builder to aid in the setting out of these. So it helps them to be set out correctly, and then while that's being done, we are busy away then making the balcony itself in our workshop. So the rest of the building on site can be progressing while we're making the balcony itself. And then when the scaffolding is about to come down on site, we come to site and fit 2 arms onto those stubs that we've cast in anchors that were cast in already. And when those arms are fitted, then the scaffolding comes down. And then we deliver our finished balconies to site on the back of a trailer or lorry. And then they're just simply craned off the lorry off the trailer and lifted up, and they slide in onto the arms that we've sticking out of the building, and then they're just secured in position. So they're very fast to install. You could install maybe up to 15 to 20 a day, depending on the weather and if you've ever organised well. So they're very efficient.
And what reaction are you getting to this product from architects and developers in the market?
Yeah, no, look, we're getting great reactions over the last year or so. Like, we've secured a couple of jobs off the back of this new system. So it's definitely getting traction, and we're getting lots of inquiries as well.
And Kieran, what's ARC Engineering's plan to be able to maximise the potential of the Swift Fit balcony?
And I suppose our main aim is to secure a few projects which we have already, and then just to build on that, and hopefully to get enough sales that, look, we can expand, you know what I mean? If we need to expand, we're willing to do that if we think we can make this work, which I think we can. So it's just a case of getting our word out there, securing some of these projects and delivering them, and just keep repeating that, which we've done with our architectural networks business up until now. So now we're going to push our energy into maybe specifically the PERCH Swift Fit balconies to make that work the same way Architectural Networks has worked for us up until now.
And how are you going to go about hitting that market hard?
We're going to gain leads. We have a lot of our current customers. So we have a sample balcony in our facility in Wexford, which we've invited previous clients, current clients, future clients down to come down and review it. We give them a tour of the facility. They can see how it works. We have an online video demonstration that we do with any of our potential clients as well. So we run through the process from start to finish. And also, I suppose, our quote, our price for these, we feel that we're competitive. We're delivering a quality product. You know, I think we're going to tick a lot of boxes.
Has ARC Engineering any other new products in the pipeline?
Well, yeah, we do have. We have another product. I can't really go into much detail now, but yeah, we're always looking at developing new products to try and just be the first to market with stuff. We do have an R research and development area that we're always trying to see what we can future proof, like the balcony system. Even though we have the system kind of fairly right now, we'll still be always looking at ways of tweaking. You know, after every job, we have a lessons learned discussion with the team to go through any things that there's an issue with, or is there anything that we can improve on? Because you can always improve, no matter how good you think you are. You can always do something better.
And Kieran, have you ever looked at the whole area of import substitution in terms of looking at the products that are imported into this country, especially from a steel perspective, to see is there any products within that particular catalogue that Arc Engineering could actually manufacture and supply?
We haven't looked into it at the minute. We have been just more focused on this PERCH Swift fit balcony because it's something that we want to hit hard to try and maximise it, because we do think we have a good product here and we really want to try and give it the justice it deserves.
Well, if you've just tuned in, that was Kieran McGrath from Arc Engineering, and I'm delighted to hear that a local engineering company is to the forefront of innovation in the industry.
Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Carl Fitzpatrick.
Southeast Radio.